September 22nd, 2010, and it's 3:30 p.m. So U.S. markets have just closed up recently, kind of slow, doldrums now, I guess. You can see this is a daily, or rather a weekly chart, looking at the Euro-US dollar, and we've had two very nice weeks up in a row here now. So today is Wednesday, I believe, and some news came out about some quantitative easing, and the euro just exploded higher. So coming into an area that was previously resistance, and this is a weekly chart, so looking at 07, a little bit of congestion up here, and then again you can see the lower wicks in this area. So moving on to a daily chart, pretty much price broke through very cleanly on this. Yesterday's candle was quite bullish, and just a continuation on today. And so price has, looking at this on a lower time frame, like the 4-hour, relative to what we've been seeing, this has pretty much been a vertical move. And oftentimes these moves can't be fully sustained because it's such a quick, move up. And it does happen on news like we had, but at some point the market does need to rest and kind of reality needs to set in or whatnot. So trying to take advantage of that here. I'm looking at the 4-hour chart. We broke the swing point, has not been tested again, as you can see here. Let's say even if we go to a 5-minute chart, try and get an idea of what the momentum was like when it broke, and you can see that it's just straight through, very clean. So I'm just kind of working the lower time frames now. Looking at the 4-hour, you can see we put in a hammer candle here. All right, so it shows a little bit of easing on the buying pressure, but again, that's that's not enough by itself. We had one here, and as you can see, it failed very easily. So need to be careful. But again, this was yesterday, and looking at the close of yesterday's daily bar, it was pretty. I don't want to say easy to see, but it was definitely a very big volume bullish day, and today we already have a little bit of a wick. So by the end of the day, about 4 more hours until the daily close. If the bull or the bears can push it back below this green line, I think this will be a very promising trade for some further downside. But otherwise, if they don't and it's still chopping around, then I'll probably just exit and understand that okay, we've now had a nice clean close above heavy resistance. We know which indicates potential further upside. But anyways, looking at what we're seeing now, we had that 4-hour reversal bar. Then this trend line here, so you can see we had a couple tags here, and if we look at this on a 15-minute chart and we adjust these points, you can see that we managed to break rather below it. So one important thing to remember is that just because trend lines are broken doesn't mean we're going to see a full-on reversal. Just the rate of ascent is slowing down. Right, but that combined with the reversal bar with a couple other things here, make it a little bit more of a likely case that we will see some sort of resting in the near term. So the next thing that kind of lines up here is this support resistance level. As you can see, this area right here was resistance, broke through its support, and then again coming in here and should prove to be resistance, and that kind of forms a head and shoulders pattern for those of you who are more pattern traders. But you can see that we are still breaking these trend lines, so I'd like to see for one of these to hold at some point and price to kind of break down a little bit. Chances are you won't get that anytime soon. This is a very slow time of day. You might see a little bit of chop, so I have a nice stop above the high here. If we break out, there's a good chance that we do continue to the upside because I bet there's a lot of stops sitting up above here. In terms of targets, I'll have to see how this plays out, and the reason I say that is because if the bears can manage to come in here and close this thing, and I mean a daily close below this green line, then I will be more than happy to hold on to that trade for a little bit more of a push down and a bigger correction. But if the daily close comes around, we close somewhere in here, we have still broken that swing point, so in my mind that will still be a bullish sort of high odds of a continuation to the upside there. So I will be reassessing the trade as that close does come around, and hopefully update the video then. So that's pretty much it for now. and let's see how this develops. So I'll be back shortly. Thanks. So it's just about 7:30 p.m. now, looking back at this trade, and as you can see here, the daily candle is closed for the day. So one thing to notice is we were able to close above this level, and we had a nice bullish candle that formed. So there's a good there's a good probability that we do see continue to see these higher moves, as shorts did get squeezed. Anyone who got short above this level, or I'm sorry, had to stop above this level, got knocked out of their trade. Adding additional buying pressure, and we also saw a new buyer step into the market. So at this point, is kind of watching it, and on the hourly, if we go down time frames, we can adjust this trend line. So one of the trend lines we had drawn in here was this one. I can put it back in from this point to this point, and we did see that trend line break, and we had the 4-hour pattern as well, right? This reversal bar forming up here. Excuse me. But I was really looking for that continuation to kind of fall into play, and for sellers to really push price down. So we kind of entered the during the slow part of the day, right after U.S. close, and now Asia is officially open, and not too much going on here. But you can see we broke this trend line, and the entry was just at this resistance level right here. Managed to break through, which wasn't very encouraging. And if we take it to a 5-minute level, you can kind of see that we do have those lower swing highs at this point. But again, this is just a 5-minute chart, and that was not simply enough to get me in this trade. But if I did see some sort of breakdown below this level right here, I think that'd be more significant, and maybe cause me to keep my short. But if that does occur, I'd be looking at a stop above here. So again, a 50 or rather 60 pip stop. But at that point, we do have that lower swing on a larger time frame, and that's definitely tradable. For example, looking through here, here we definitely had some lower swings, only to see price kind of break to the upside there. So the smaller time frames, yes, you could use them for your entries and exits, but the probability of them working out is sufficiently lower. So anyways, this trade was exited, and we came out minus 3 pips. So very insignificant, almost like it never happened. But I'd rather be out than be in a trade like this, where now it's sort of a gamble, because yeah, you have the 5-minute in your favor, but that's not really to hold. It's not really enough to hold a market down, especially on a chart where the daily just did this and was able to close above that level. So I'll be more than happy to re-enter if the market does prove to be a little weak here. But you can see that even on the hourly, we do have this reversal, not really a reversal, but a bullish candle forming, whereas I'd like to see some more heavy selling pressure come in, but that's not there at the moment. But that's just what we're seeing right now, so we'll see how that changes. And thanks for watching. It's MugTrading.tk. Thanks.